Wow. Thank you, Mark. Okay, we're gonna start over. Wow. Okay, so much for everything I just went through. So I'm gonna start again. Sorry, guys. I just realized my audio was completely off. Thank you, Mark. Wow. I'm gonna go through everything. Yeah. Again, so I'm gonna go ahead and start. I'm gonna pretend like I didn't go live. So again, today's live broadcast is gonna be a little different. I'm gonna go right to the topic, and so I'm gonna keep this really really short. I'm surprised people kept watching after audio was off earlier, but we're good now. So yes, I'm gonna say our Facebook page is irrelevant, and I want you to know that we built our entire business on Facebook pages, right? And now I'm really considering, are they really irrelevant? And what's the future of Facebook groups? Right? I'm going to tell you something today that I really feel that no one's really talking about. So that's something I noticed, and I'm going to make sure I give you that insight thinking or analysis on how I think groups and pages play together. But before I do that, I do want to announce that they made Facebook made a change to public groups. They have the option to you have the option to convert your public groups into these quote unquote new groups, and I'm going to tell you the changes that are coming with these new groups before I tell you the big thing that I think no one's talking about in the entire industry with how I see groups versus pages. But anyway, so first, now in new groups, members can join instantly. They don't have to be approved, which is awesome. So you're going to get some growth. Single click without needing approval. There's some new admin controls. You can control who can participate, who can post, who can comment. And this makes sense because someone can actually view the content, right, without joining. So you may be able to say, you know what, I don't want people to participate or post or comment till they join. You're going to have that ability to control that. You could also have approvals based on criteria. You can say, hey, I want someone who joined maybe X amount of time ago or after so many weeks. I want them to be able to post or comment, but not the newbies. You could say that. There's a bunch of other options too, but there's also this admin assist technology that's supposed to alleviate moderation. So it's going to be like moderation on autopilot. And that's supposed to help you really reduce the hours that you take to moderate. Also, member profiles. I don't know if anyone's noticed that when you're on a group and you click on somebody's name and you don't go right to their profile on Facebook, you go to like a member's profile, which has kind of been weird. I usually click on view full profile, I think it's called. But that should have been a hint to us that Facebook's thinking about creating separate profiles for groups, which means they did, right? So members are going to be able to create their own profiles, and you can turn that on and off as an admin, I believe. But where, let's say I have my full name, Rene Bañuelos, on my public profile, but hey, you know what, on the group that I'm part of, the cycling group, maybe I want to be Fast Rene or something, or change my name, or have another profile picture or something, which makes sense. I mean, you're kind of a different person to different groups of people, right? You have shared different things in common with them, so you may want to highlight that part of it to that audience versus what you put out to the whole rest of the world. So that should be cool. Also, spam folder or review queue. So they're going to help you with moderation, with giving a lot more or marking some content for spam, some posts for spam, and allowing you to review it. So that should be a little bit easier to manage. And again, they're trying to take away the pain of managing public groups, especially big groups. So they're adding that. Something's gone away? The messenger rooms. So if you're used to doing that, don't go to the new public groups, or don't launch a new public groups. Go ahead and launch a private group, because private groups are going to keep this. And also group chats. I'm not talking about group chats on Messenger. I'm talking about starting a group chat with members of a group. So that's going to go away. Yeah. And I'll tell you what, it's interesting. None of this is the big shattering thing that I realized. This is the reason why it's happening, but this is not the big thing. I'm about to give you that in a second. The big thing coming up again. But before I do that, I'm going to give you some tips to keep in mind. Yes, these public groups are going to appear on search engines a lot more than they did before. So yes, you want to do optimize for search engines. Just to give you a little tidbit, we actually built our company, I don't know, 5-6 years ago, really, when we started optimizing for search engines inside Facebook, meaning creating content inside Facebook that we knew was going to rank on Google. So really leveraging both platforms really was awesome for us. And I think it's going to keep working the same way for search engines, because it hasn't been working that well for pages right now. But anyway, you want to add keywords to your name, description, and other content that you post, thinking about, hey, search engines are going to read this. I want to make sure it's optimized. But before you convert your group, something to keep in mind, yeah, you will lose rooms in chat. So if that's something you really want, then you need to go to a private group as opposed to the new public groups. Also, should you be considering converting to a private group instead? Is that going to make more sense? Because these public groups are going to be a lot more public than they were before. So maybe a private group makes more sense for you. That's something for you to think about. Or maybe create a brand new public group and keep the one you have now and make that one private. That's something to consider. But before I do that, now I'm going to give you the big thing that I think I don't hear too many people talking about this, which is weird, right? So I mean, I don't have any inside scoop. It's just kind of like, wait, this makes sense. Why is no one really talking about this? And I know because I thought of it and I said, someone else is probably talking about this. Let's do some research on that. And it's crickets, like somebody was saying in the comments, like Mark was saying in the comments that we had crickets for our audio earlier. But yeah, so how do new public groups compare to pages, right? Right now with pages, we have anyone can participate without liking or following. That's the current page, right? I mean, you can go to a page, you don't have to like it or follow it to really comment on it, to even post on it. Anyone can participate without joining. That's for new Facebook groups here. Let me see if I can get see if I can get a pointer. Yeah, so good. So anyone can participate without liking or following for pages. Anyone can participate without joining. Very similar, right? No need to approve likes. Yeah, someone can like your page or follow it. They don't need to be approved. No need to approve members. They can just hit join and join. Extensive admin tools. It's public. It's good for SEO. New public groups are public. They're good for SEO. The ability to block visitors to your page. You could actually block people. The ability to block visitors to a group. Ability to review posts. The ability to review posts. I'm like, these public groups are looking a lot like pages, right? Right. Of course, there's not that community feel, quote unquote, but in pages, but they're starting to look a lot like that. Some things are different. Organic reach is really low on pages, more so than ever. Organic reach is higher on groups. I'm not sure how it's going to behave on new public groups, but my gut feeling is that they're going to still be higher than what they are on a page. No more notes. I used to do long form content on notes on groups. In fact, that's what we did for SEO, is to post notes on pages. Not anymore. Now but groups still have group documents, which is very similar to what notes used to be on pages. So you still have that. So to me, who's the winner? I'm liking public groups a lot more. And this is why I decided to title this video, Our Facebook Page is Dead, right? Or Irrelevant. Yeah, and Facebook's going all in on community. So you should too. That's my big lesson for today. Is Facebook's going all in on community, and you should too. And what I mean by that, of course, groups have been around for a long time. I mean, this type of community, right? Moving into groups a lot more. And I'm going to give you, Renee's take on this. I really think Facebook's going to kill pages or make them so irrelevant in ways, because a lot of the features that were page only features are now becoming these new public group features. So I'm not sure what they're going to do with ads, because you currently need an ad page to run ads. I suspect maybe in the future, as an admin of a group, you're going to be able to run ads to drive traffic to your groups. So that's one thing that they may even go as crazy as to say you can't drive traffic outside of Facebook. You need to drive it to a group, and that's going to be the big thing. So what's going to end up happening is a lot of the ads are going to be more of awareness ads. Like Coca-Cola may run an ad, and you don't need a link to a website for Coca-Cola. You can stay inside group, or they're going to encourage Coke and big companies to create public groups. I mean, that's what I think is going to happen. I'm not sure. I'm just kind of going with my gut. What I do strongly feel about is the fact that, hey, you know what? We might just kill our Facebook page, and not kill it, but stop really caring about it and launch a public group. But anyway, that's our thoughts. We'll keep you posted with anything we do. But if you want to follow us and get more training, we call ourselves Dream Builders. If you want to join, we have weekly training live every Tuesday. You just witness us live, or you're watching the replay. And we do share cutting edge and effective strategies to launch and grow your own online expert business. Other perks for signing up: we do have an extended trial of our software if you want to check out our software, and also a community group where you can stay active. And if you want to do that, you can go to 22s.com/stream, and we'll see you on the other side. See you guys next week. And I screwed that up, but yeah.